everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's Rental Robert here with the Hustle Nation. We got a little hustle in the mug. Sunday morning. I hope you're doing well. We're all about gaining financial independence and getting to a point in our life where we're no longer dependent on a source of income that's controlled by somebody else to a certain degree. I mean, regardless of what you have, a business, rental property, whatever, you know, my well-being is dependent on people paying their rent. So somebody's always going to have some control, so to speak. However, when you get to that point where you're not having to deal with people that you don't want to and you have control over that, that's a beautiful thing. So kind of, you know, in this whole process of trying to accumulate wealth and do better, have more disposable, more passive income that's being generated by some way, somehow, you know, and I'll just give you a quick rundown on how money works, okay? There's an infinite amount of money in the universe. It's our job to grab it, okay? Regardless of what you do, all right? Everybody makes money. And if you're on Social Security, you're making money. If you're on Section 8, or if you're, you know, receiving a check from the government, you're making money. If you got a W-2, a job that you show up, you're making money, okay? You got investments, you got rental properties, you got vending machines, you got dump trailer, whatever it is, making money, okay? The thing is that what we do with that money, all right? And I know this married couple, and she had a good paying W-2 job, and probably close to the six-figure mark is what her yearly income was. But it was very time consuming with her, you know, a lot of 50, 60, 70 hour weeks. And I don't remember what the husband did. He had a pretty decent job. But what they ended up doing is they got involved with real estate. They got involved with real estate, and what they do now is they don't have a W-2. They just have rent that gets paid, and they travel all over the world. She is an immigrant, and I don't know the total background about his family. However, I say all of this to let you know is that one, it's very doable. It's very possible, okay? You're going to have to take some risk. You're going to have to pull the trigger. You will make mistakes. You will fail. Get that straight now. Be prepared. It will happen. Yesterday, I did a live on Instagram with a gentleman named Carlo out of Houston. And I met Carlo a month and a half ago, 2 months ago in New Orleans, and was having breakfast with him and a couple other investors. And one of the things we were talking about is having to do with money and financing, and I made the suggestion to him about, you know, why don't you go get a line of credit right now? Get that thing open, because one of the things that changes as time goes on and as the economy changes as well, those lines of credit draw up and dry up, and we call that the capital market, okay? That's the ability to borrow money. Well, the capital market starts to dry up. Interest rates go up, qualifications get higher and more strict because they're more worried about losing their money, and so they want a better customer, as opposed to 2.5 years ago, they were giving loans to virtually anybody, and so it wasn't that difficult to get financing. I say all of this that as we go along this journey to create this passive income, have money coming in to live a better quality of life, that there's going to be particular moments that are what I call that aha moment. And, you know, that's going to be different with everybody. Leave in the comment for me to read. I want to hear what your aha moment has been. And I've hit some pretty cool milestones, and I've talked about, the hardest amount of money that I have made was the first 10,000 with the construction company, and I was driving a truck for Cisco. I was pulling doubles. I was what they call driver. I'd go to the warehouse, drop them, I'd hook to 2 full trailers, come back. Sometimes we'd have to do that twice in one night, 11 to 13 hour days right there. Cisco's a great company to work for. They pay well, good benefits, retirement, all that. I'm not a corporate type of guy, okay? And they moved the schedule around a little bit from when I first started, and that, is where kind of my discomfort with the work situation started. And I had started a handyman business about 15, 17 years ago and just really never pursued it because it got to a point where it was like either be legit with it, get insurance, do this, do that, or you're going to have to downsize it because it blew up. I mean, it was like, my phone was ringing off the hook from people even back then. And so I just basically quit doing it. Well, so I put my notice, I gave them a 30-day notice at Cisco, and they made me work 27 of those. Normally, every person in the past, when they had put theirs in, they were like, not a problem. We'll come and pick up your tractor and have a nice day. Nope, not Robbo. I worked 27 days out of that 30, and he said, and they've called me a couple times asking if I wanted to come back to work, asking if I wanted to come back part-time. So regardless, the thing is that I said, I will start a handyman business. I just need to make $500 a week, and I think I can do that. So I started that in a little Mazda truck, got a rigid brand little job box put in the back there, carried some tools around, did well with it. Found out quickly I needed more tools, and so I put bought this little crappy trailer off of Facebook for $150, put it on the back of that little truck, towed it around and everything, and started doing well. And then ended up, I had a 05 Z71, and then bought a 14-foot enclosed trailer, got an employee, Carla, and then, things just kind of took off like that. I had acquired a couple more properties along the way and everything like that. So the thing is that, through this whole journey and everything, the big aha moment for me, and I know it's going to sound crazy and trivial, but if you're truly like I am, you're totally going to nod your head and you're going to remember your aha moment. You're going to remember what it is that you were thinking about, or what happened, or what occurred. And what happened with me was I was shopping one day, and I grabbed the big bag of pistachios and the big bag of beef jerky, and I never even looked at the price. I know it sounds real minuscule, okay? But understand, I had never been in a position that I could be that careless with making a purchase. And it's not a high ticket item, but that big bag of pistachios was like 15, 18 bucks, okay? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, in a couple hours, that bag will be gone, and that's $18 that's gone out the window, So I was never of the mindset of, go ahead, spend all that money on it, buy this bag, the smaller bag, the cheaper bag. Same thing with the beef jerky, big bag is like, $15, $18, they're not cheap. And the thing was that getting to a point where that was no longer a big deal because of my efforts in the things that I've done and acquiring real estate and acquiring other assets. The dump trailers have been a fantastic investment for me. I made $600 off of them this week, and it was a total of about 15 minutes of my time. And the thing about it is that if you never purchase or never get involved with something, because all of this we're talking about is in circulation, okay? There's money that's swirling around you all over, all right? you walk out your front door, here's an opportunity. You might have to borrow a ladder from somebody, but you can start going and knocking on your neighbor's door and asking them about cleaning their gutters. There's a guy that makes like $80,000 a year, works about 20 hours a week, and that's all he does is clean gutters. It's the gutter hustle. I know, go figure, okay? So I'm just giving you an example. I put a thing out on Facebook, hey, has anybody got a lawnmower for sale? Guy pipes up and says, hey man, I got one you can have, I'm moving. Guess what? Went and got it. It's not self-propelled. Yep, you got to put a little effort into it and everything like that. It's old school, more power, the faster it goes. Hey, so the thing is that I got that lawnmower for free. I've already cut grass with it. I cut a number of yards with it, and then I sold it for $50. Boom, there you have it, okay? The thing about it is that I put forth some action. I pushed my intent out to the universe, as Gerald says. I let everybody know, hey, I'm looking for a lawnmower. Guess what happens? A lawnmower come to me. It's amazing, okay? The thing about it is that every question you never ask, the answer is always no. You will never know until you actually ask. So, again, I want to hear in the comments, what's your aha moment? Mine was, I bought the big bag of pistachios and I bought the big bag of beef jerky and I didn't worry about it, And it's like yesterday, I went to the grocery store and I walked around, I bought some things that I needed, and then I bought some things that I wanted as well. And I was very thankful that I had the money to be able to pay for those items, thank you God. And the thing about it is that I think we're in for some very difficult and tough times for a lot of people coming up. And the reason that I say that is that, for the last 5-7 years, we've been handed everything in this country. We're spoiled rotten. And when people chose not to work, they got handed checks. And things are going to be very rough here shortly, in the sense that not everything's going to be handed. And so, unfortunately, people did not develop skills on survivorship on figuring out exactly what it is that I'm going to do. And me personally, if I lose everything, you will see me picking up aluminum cans on the side of the road headed to the plasma clinic. I will do something. I'll make whatever it is that I'd get for, selling some plasma for the day. I'll go buy a weed whacker and a rake and start, I'm going to do something to get back in the game, okay? But what's not going to happen is me be broke, lose everything, and sitting on the street wondering what it is that I'm going to do. At the very least, I already know I need to take action. Please, if you would, hit the subscribe button, share this with anybody that you think might benefit from it. This is Coffee with Robert in the morning. Hope you have a fantastic day. Be blessed, be productive, be profitable, and what else? Figure out who's got your money. That's right.